So we're at Alabaster Caverns in Oklahoma. This is getting ready to do the cave tour, and so looking forward to that. It was a good night last night. Didn't get too cold. The wind stopped and then picked up a little later on, but other than that, another successful night sleeping in the hammock. I'm really enjoying sleeping in the hammock. So Molly's back there wanting me to show you that she's on top of the big rock. So here's the campsite. We stayed in an RV spot because they didn't have places in the tent area with trees that were available. So we had to stay in the RV, so we're right next to everybody. So that kind of stunk. Wasn't too happy about that. But we had a spot, we got to stay in it. We slept, we got to hang out. And so we'll be probably in the next few minutes getting on the tour to go do the Caverns. And I'll do a few things in there, take a few pictures, and update you guys on how that went. So hopefully you're out adventuring as well.
They don't let you do photos or videos in the cave on the tour, so you will have to go and check it out for yourself. I highly recommend it. It was 45 minutes of one of the funnest things we did as a group. We quickly got everything together, packed it all up, and headed out on the trail again. It wasn't long until we found some dirt roads, which made everybody happy.
All right, so we did have to stop. My battery was not working this morning. It wasn't working yesterday morning. Had to have a jump both times. So we are now at the wonderful establishment, Walmart, getting a new battery. So we've just pulled that out. We're about to go in and get a new one. Wouldn't be a trip if we didn't have some kind of mechanical situation. So that's what we're doing right now, is fixing that, and we'll be on the road soon.
We noticed some cars turning around in the middle of the road, and then noticed what we thought were clouds in the distance was actually smoke coming through. We stopped and tried to assess this situation. Western Oklahoma has been devastated by fires recently. Farmers have lost land, equipment, and some have even lost their lives trying to save cattle. We were cautious, and we decided to talk about what the best thing to do was. Do we continue, or do we stay put? Do we need to turn around? We were wondering if the fire truck was going to block the road, or if he was going to continue down the road. Since he decided to continue down the road, we thought we'd follow. I flagged down this white truck and asked them if they had come from the south, traveling north. They had, and they said it was clear that it appeared the fire was all to the east, and that we had enough time to drive down the road and get out of its path. I thanked them, and we continued on. One of the most dangerous things that anybody can be involved in is a wildfire. It can quickly run up on you, quickly surround you, and make a situation very, very dangerous. We were cautious. Being near the fire truck made us feel like we were safe. So we continued down and found that at this intersection is where they were turning to the east to fight the fire. We told everybody be safe as we drove by, and our hearts and thoughts and prayers are for West Oklahoma, the farmers that have lost land, and cattle and their lives. The excitement of the fire was behind us, and we would soon be experiencing some of the best trails that we've driven so far. We found a great little place to stop and look over the beautiful landscape, take some photographs, and just kind of stretch our legs a little bit. I think we all needed just to catch some air and regroup mentally before we headed down the rest of the trail. Now that we got some of the wiggles out, this would be one of my favorite parts of the trail. The road was beautiful, and it did not feel like Oklahoma at all. I am so amazed by the different types of terrain that we reach. This was pretty sandy, pretty slippery, but overall, just a wonderful, beautiful view and a beautiful, fun trail to be on. I asked the guys to stop while I went and looked around the corner to make sure we were going down the right trail. I told them they were going to be super happy with this trail. It also made me happy that we had four-wheel drive, that we had aggressive tires, and that it wasn't muddy. I can't imagine driving down this stretch of trail after a rain. It'd have to be miserable, sliding all over the place. Or I guess maybe also a little fun. Again, I'm happy it was dry, made for better conditions, and also allowed us to keep our motto of tread lightly. We waited for DJ to catch up, and then we headed on back down the trail. It's always nice to kick somebody out of the vehicle and take some pictures while we drive by. This next section of the trail would probably be the most technical. It's hard to tell in the camera angles just how steep some areas were, how bumpy some areas were. That's just camera angles. But I promise, it was pretty technical. Nothing crazy, but still, we took our time, we went slow, and we stayed safe. I've made a joke before that it's not really overlanding in America until you've gone through a closed gate or gone over a cattle guard. Well, here's our cattle guard. So I guess we're overlanding. We found some more pavement, and we were surprised that this old road existed. It didn't really seem to connect many things, but it was there.
So we made a wrong turn. The girls were giggling, having fun. I was laughing with them. We made the wrong turn, and we're taking another route, but that's all part of the adventure, right? So when you do take a wrong turn, you got to figure it out. You got to get back onto where you're going, and that's what we're doing right now. So easy going, just what we're gonna have to do, and we'll get back on track and get back on that adventure trail here in just a second.
Even with the wrong turn and getting off track a little bit, we made it to camp shortly after 5 o'clock, which was pretty much our goal. We were able to relax, get everything set up, have some dinner, and just have a good time. It was fun watching the kids run around and play and help out at the camp. It was also nice just to sit down and talk and relax. Day 2 of the Oklahoma Adventure Trail was winding down. We had had a blast so far, but tomorrow, Jack and Maggie and their grandson would be leaving us to go back to the city, and we'd continue on without them. We settled in and had a good night. The night photography is easy if you have a tripod and a camera that can adjust the shutter speed. Just practice. That's all I can say. Tomorrow would bring more adventure, a river crossing, and a lot more fun.